GameStop was recently having a sale and I bought probably way too many video games and I want to talk about it. The sale in particular was the 4 for $40 sale where you could bundle together 4 games $20 and under and get them for $40. So this Crash game, for example, was $20. All the rest of these Switch games would have been $20, meaning all of these together would have been $80, but instead I got them for $40, which was an incredible deal. I was having a lot of fun putting together these bundles and I got a lot of random games across a lot of random consoles, and we're gonna go over the whole stack in this video. We might as well start with this stack I just showed, and I'm gonna make an effort to peel off any stickers that are still on the cases. But yeah, Crash Trilogy, this is a series which I sort of have played at friends' house and stuff as a kid, but never really have dived into myself. I've heard it's incredibly difficult, and I've even seen some videos saying that platforming is even harder because of the newer updated graphics. Got all the stickers off. But I just figured this would be a cool one to experience on handheld. I have just been loving playing original Switch games on my Switch 2. They all just perform and look so well. And to get 3 games in one for $10, because again, when you bundle them all together, each game is $10. I just thought that was a fantastic deal. The next one is God Eater 3. I don't know a whole lot about this. It just looks like a fun looking action adventure game with a lot of cool combat. Even has some multiplayer, it looks like. I know zero to nothing about this series, but that's kind of the fun with this sale. You get to just pick out a bunch of stuff that looks interesting and get it for $10. So that's exactly what I did in this case. I just thought this game looked cool. And I think my plan with all of these Switch games is to put them in one video, review a bunch of cheap Switch games so you all can know if they're worth picking up. But yeah, it looks interesting. Curious to find out more about it. But for now, all I know is the cover looks cool. Now this one is really cool. Streets of Rage 4. It looks like a typical old school beat 'em up. This last sticker off. And I did look up some reviews about this game because I was between this and another game I did not pick up, but it just looked like a ton of fun. It looked like something cool to sit down on the couch and play with a friend. Like a lot of these games you can get on Steam for super cheap, but it's always so much easier with multiplayer games to get them on the Switch. I just always find it easier to hook up controllers and play co-op on the Switch versus trying to hook up my Steam Deck. But the coolest part about this is I didn't know it when I bought it, but it has inserts in it because at GameStop, they keep the inserts with the game behind the counter. And so when he was ringing me up, he starts putting all this stuff in the case. Came with a keychain, and it came with an instruction manual. Or maybe just, no, it's not, it's just an art book. But still, hardly any games come with this sort of stuff anymore. I thought this was super neat. So yeah, just seems like a cool one to check out. Then the last one is Ghostbusters, the video game remastered. I guess this was a 360 game back in the day, which they ported to the Switch. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it kind of seemed like Gears of War Ghostbusters from the descriptions I was seeing. So that sounded pretty neat. Just sounds super cool to play a Ghostbusters game. Oh, come on, you dumb sticker. Again, something I probably would have never picked up, but because of this sale and getting it for $10, why not? And might as well do the last 2 Switch games. Alex Kidd in Miracle World. I guess this is a remastered or ported NES platformer, which also has a manual inside. I mean, I just kept being blown away. Yeah, it is a legit manual. Something that is pretty much dead in the modern age. Whoa. And it's got a reverse cover art, I guess, so you can make it look like the old school cover instead. That's so cool. You could technically flip that around and have it be the Switch cover. That's so neat. But yeah, I'm excited to go over all of those in one video, so that'll be out at some points. And then this game I actually did play, 80 Days in Overboard. This is actually 2 games in one. When you put it in your Switch, you have the choice to choose between either 80 Days or Overboard. And my wife and I actually played Overboard for a little bit. And it's a puzzle game, almost sort of like a roguelike, where you play as this woman who murders her husband on a cruise ship. And the whole goal of the game is to navigate talking to all the other characters on the ship and dealing with the evidence to get away with the crime. So you go through day 1, most likely still get caught, but you learn a lot about what's going on the boat and learn about what certain characters know and don't know. And you use that information to go play again and do another run and try to get away with the crime. Super cool. My wife doesn't even like video games and she was having fun with this. So this is a super cool game. We'll give it a final review when I do review all those games together. Next, I have 2 Wii games. The first one is Mario Strikers Charged. I absolutely love this on the GameCube, and I didn't realize that this one is actually a little bit different because Wii Sports games are sort of confusing. Because if you take Mario Power Tennis, for example, these are the same game. It's just this one has motion control, so you can swing the racket almost like in Wii Sports. But these two games are different games entirely. Why do I still have... Man, I paid $50 with this game for no manual from a game store. What a ripoff. I could have definitely gotten this for cheaper. Taking that sticker off too, but I kind of want to play both for a video and maybe see like the main differences and pick my favorite. Because then there's also the Switch version, which is not as good. Much prefer to have these two, and just couldn't pass this up for $10, obviously. And the other Wii game I got was Dragon Quest Swords, which from looking at this, I'm pretty sure it's an on-rails game, but with swords? So it sounds pretty cool. Like, instead of an on-rails shooter, an on-rails sword game, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Someone can correct me when I'm wrong. Just sounded really cool. Again, that's why I love these sales, because you just put together a bunch of interesting games, get them for 10 bucks. Can't hate on that. And then might as well talk about Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I've always wanted to play this game because it uses the Wii U gamepad in an interesting way where you draw and make paths for Kirby. The art style just seems really cool and unique. And even if the gameplay is not that great, I just love playing Wii U games that utilize the Wii U gamepad. This will be a cool one to check out at some point. Then I did get two 360 games. The first one is Deadfall Adventures. Seems like a B developer type game. A couple of the Reddit posts I've seen have said this game is not great, but for $10, I figured I'd try it out. But the most interesting part about this is it looks brand new, untouched. Like, I don't think any of this has been taken out of the case. And you can see there's even a seal here. I've seen this game at several different GameStop's. I think they found like a pallet of them somewhere, brand new, and opened them and are selling them as used. Because I just think it would be too bizarre otherwise that this game was at like 5 different GameStop's that I've been to. Again, my plan with these videos is like I want to make a 360 video where I play like 4 360 games and review them. Same with this Binary Domain. Just looked like a cool Xbox 360 game, and to get it for $10, super cool. I'm not sure if it's a tactical game or just a regular first-person, third-person shooter, but that's sort of the fun sometimes. When I know nothing about a game and I just pop it in my console and play it, it's a ton of fun. So whatever this is, I'm gonna play it and review it, and hopefully it's a good time. And then this one was not a part of the sale. You can see because it's marked $40, but they had this copy of Azura's Wrath complete in the box. I've heard so much about this game, and I'm pretty sure this is a lot more expensive than $40 to find it on like eBay or something. Of course, I got this gross sticker that won't come off without some work, but yeah, I'm not a huge anime guy, but just because I have heard so much about this game, I figured I'd try it out. Again, figured it'd be cool to go along with the other games in a future video. And while we're talking about games not in the sale, might as well talk about Saw, because I found this also for $40 at a GameStop. The case is a little bit gross, unfortunately, and broken. Maybe I'll put a case from a different game onto it. But I tested the game, it works. I posted in a previous short that I had gotten Saw 2, and a lot of people told me I needed to play Saw 1. So now I have both and I can play them together at some point. It just felt like it was meant to be, so I picked this one up. And then another PS3 game that was in the sale, Naughty Bear. Another one I've heard about, but I know nothing about. And again, that is my favorite part about these sales. That's my favorite part about getting physical games for cheap. You don't have to read any reviews, nothing. And that's my plan with this. I'm not doing any research. I'm gonna see what this game's all about and just have fun with it. Let's take this sticker off. You've eventually been talked about. Of course, it left some gross sticker residue behind, but whatever. another problem for another day. And then the last PS3 game was Twisted Metal, but this was not part of any sale. I actually didn't even buy this game. I was checking out and I saw it sitting like behind the counter, and I pointed to it. I said, hey, I'm actually interested in this. How much is it? I wonder if it fit in the sale. I was gonna get rid of another game I had and get this instead. And he tried to look it up in the system and he didn't find it. It was just not logged, so he couldn't charge me for it, and he just gave it to me. The GameStop employee just gave me a complete in-box copy of Twisted Metal. People can hate on GameStop, but I really love GameStop for reasons like that. That was super cool. He didn't have to do that. He could have kept it for himself, but nope, he just gave it to me. What a cool guy. And then the rest of these are all PS2 games and a couple PS1, but we have Godfather the game. Complete in box. I didn't even realize this was in it. What is this? Is this a poster? It's a ripped poster, but oh yeah, it's the map. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, we got the map of the game with the like family tree, I guess, from the mob. That's so neat, man. I did not realize that was in there. But yeah, complete in box with the manual. I've always heard fantastic things about this game, and to get it for $10, again, it was just so hard to pass this stuff up. I was just having so much fun putting together these weird and wacky bundles, because not all of this stuff came from the same store. Like it wasn't like I was buying all the PS2 games together. Like one store, my stack probably looked like this, where I was getting 4 different games from 4 different consoles. So it was just really neat. I have heard that the PS3 version of this is a little bit better, but I don't think I really care. I have the PS2 version. This will be the version that I play. I think the PS3 version is stupidly expensive, so I'll just take what I got. And this one seemed really interesting. Goosebumps Horrorland, which has like a story where you go through a haunted carnival or something. Again, another one I just think will be super cool to just pop into the PS2 and just play it. I have also recently been streaming, so if there's any of these you'd really like to see me stream, let me know and I could prioritize them. But yeah, I'd never even heard of this game. I didn't know there was a Goosebumps game. From the little bit of research I did, apparently it came with a book, like a Goosebumps book back in the day, which maybe I should try to get the book. I think that'd be kind of cool to pair it with this. Didn't have the manual, but again, $10. Just couldn't pass up on it. Then we have Dragon Quest. It's Dragon Quest 8, right? I'm going with 8, and if I'm wrong, I'll just get roasted in the comments, but Dragon Quest 8 for the PS2. I think this is currently still exclusive to the system. I think it was ported to the 3DS, which would also be a cool way to play this game. A lot of JRPGs, I think, are just more fun to play on handheld mode sometimes. Oh, this sticker's on there, but it's coming. There we go. It has a little bit of like chew marks, probably from a dog at the bottom. And it's supposed to come with a demo disc for Final Fantasy 7 or 12. That's Final Fantasy 12. It was supposed to come with a demo for Final Fantasy 12, which is not in there. Don't really care about that. Would have been cool to have, but I would not have ever popped in a demo disc for Final Fantasy 12. So I'll just take the game for $10. Can't stress it enough. Really cool. We got a couple JRPGs actually. Okage. Tell me in the comments, please. Shadow King. Just looked like another cool JRPG with a really neat art style. Complete in box. This one, I kept the sticker in here because when I looked this up on eBay, it was going for 30. It was only 13 in the store, so I got it for 10, but seemed like a really good deal. For as interesting as this game looks, you can see like from the back, just the cool art style. I don't know. Seems like it'll be a cool one. Would be interested in checking it out. Same with this, Grandia 2. This is a game I would have probably never bought, but for $10, a cool looking JRPG, which I still don't have a lot of experiences with JRPGs. So that's why it's kind of cool to beef up my collection a little bit and give me a little bit of reason to play some of these JRPGs. But complete in box, $10, super clean. Absolutely love it. This was not part of the sale. Gundam Encounters in Space. I think this was $30, which when I looked it up on eBay was going for a lot more. But a Gundam mech suit shooter game where you customize your suit and play in space. Yo, I got the sticker. It was $25. It was $25, so it didn't fit in the sale, but I just bought it anyway. Because this game just looks sick. I think out of all of these, I'm most excited to try this one out just because it looks so cool. And honestly, I'm excited to try this one out too, which I just bought extra because it was only $7. State of Emergency. This is a Rockstar game where I guess it's like almost like a fighter, but kind of built off of one of the Grand Theft Auto engines. It looks like the Vice City engine. It's like the screen apparently gets filled with like chaos and just people fighting and punching each other. It sounds like a great time. And I'm not going to show it in this video. I'm thinking about making a short about it actually, but this little piece of paper right here has cheat codes on it. This is the second game I have found with cheat codes written down on a piece of paper. This is a relic in time. So absolutely cool. I really want to play this and actually try the cheat codes that somebody wrote down on this piece of paper. I couldn't believe this was only $7. So even though it wasn't in the sale, picked it up. Stickers are now off. There we go. And this last stack was pretty cool and something I was not expecting to get for $10. But yeah, we got some PS1 games. This is Final Final Fantasy Anthology, which has Final Fantasy
5 and 6.
I mean, look how clean this is. The manual is nice and fresh. The discs are all in good shape. I just couldn't believe they were actually selling this to me for $10. Peel that sticker off, you're in the collection for good. But yeah, I mean, to find a PS1 game with no cracks on the case this clean, super happy to have this in my collection. Free from the stickers. Dude, this is so clean looking. This is so cool, man. I love this stuff. Hope y'all are enjoying this kind of just chill video of me going through my poor financial decisions. This was kind of a dumb one. I just couldn't figure out a fourth game to add to the stack when I bought this. This is Final Fantasy 9, and the reason why I say it's dumb is because I already have it. But I figured I'd like compare and see if maybe like the manual or something was cleaner on this one, and maybe trade this into a game store or somewhere at some point. But just needed a fourth game to complete the sale, because you could only get the games for $10 if you bought 4 of them. Not everybody can say they have 2 copies of Final Fantasy 9, but I can. That sticker did not come clean off. We have a lot of gross stickers to get off. And then the last one was Siphon Filter 3. Again, just was a super clean looking copy of this game. I don't know a whole lot about Siphon Filter, but it just felt right to bundle the rest of those PS1 games with this. I'm sure it is fun. I mean, they made 3 of them. Again, if you know about these games, please just let me know in the comments. I love talking with y'all about them. But yeah, Siphon Filter 3 has the manual in there, as well as a weapons guide. This is a manual just specifically going over the weapons in the game. I just thought that was super cool. Whoever owned these PlayStation 1 games just seemed to take really good care of them. This one has a couple cracks on the case. Not a big deal. I tested them all, they all work. But yeah, I was just super happy to pick all these games up. I love just beefing up my collection, especially at a discount. And I just really recommend, like, if you're ever out, just go walk into a GameStop. Just see, they might have something you've been looking for a pretty decent price. Like, to get all of this for $10 and the rest of the games that weren't $10, and we're still pretty cheap in compared to what I would get for them on eBay or even like another game store somewhere. It's just pretty cool. I just never thought I would be shopping this much at GameStop in 2026, but here we are. I hope y'all enjoyed this kind of chill video, just of me yapping to a camera. I got to take off a bunch of the stickers from my games. So yeah, this was a very productive video for me. Again, if you recommend me stream any of these games, let me know. We've been having a lot of fun getting the streams going, so at some point I'm gonna try to get a schedule going, but just look out for those. And yeah, I do think I'm gonna try to play all of these Switch games and give a review and see if I can recommend any of them to y'all, because I mean, to buy cheap $10 Switch games, that was almost one of the coolest parts about this. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, click buttons, all that good stuff. ScootTube out.